Imagine this. You and your fellow brothers are fighting tooth and nail for Super Earth, barely escaping, and then someone calls in an eagle, hoping to thin the swarm. But in the heat of battle, the marker is misplaced, or it was just a poor decision altogether. The strike lands squarely on another player or two, downing them instantly. Maybe squad revives are out, or it's just not a viable option right now. Either way, the enemy swarm is overwhelming, and the zone has become a death trap, one that you and your fellow Helldivers cannot escape. But let's imagine another scenario, one where all of you guys complete all of your objectives and serve Super Earth proper, and all you have to do is extract. But then you collectively make a somewhat greedy decision to just do one more thing to really maximize rewards. So you go out of your way and try your best to cut down the swath of automatons. It's just a myriad of random factors all kick in at the same time, kicking you and your team in the teeth. Now, what should have been a victorious escape is now a desperate fight for survival and ultimately, oftentimes, a regrettably failed mission. Now, there are plenty of examples that we can probably share, some of which could be chalked up to stupidity, but many are just straight up dumb luck. But there is a scientific term for this phenomenon. This is chaos theory. The idea that small, seemingly harmless actions, even a simple decision to go back to pick up some dropped samples, can ripple outward, triggering a cascade of events that spiral out of control. In Helldivers 2, this principle isn't just a rare occurrence, it's the core of the game's design. Every decision, no matter how minor, carries the potential to shape the outcome of a mission in unexpected ways. Helldivers 2 is built upon this and executes this concept flawlessly, making it an absolute beloved outlier of a game for players. If you enjoy analysis videos such as this one, with an iron fist, give that subscribe and like a gentle touch. Not in that order. The Emperor protects, and welcome to the theory of chaos
in Helldivers 2.
In the late 19th century, the concept of chaos theory was first explored by mathematician, physician, and philosopher Henri Poincaré, who studied the motion of celestial mechanics, how objects move in outer space, for those of you wondering. However, it truly gained attention in the 1960s when meteorologist Edward Lorenz made a groundbreaking discovery. While running weather simulations, Lorenz made a tiny adjustment to his data, rounding a number slightly different. And that small change completely altered the outcome of his simulation, turning calm weather into violent storms. You see, what Lorenz realized was that small changes in the initial conditions of a system can vastly create different outcomes. Very much in the same way that small habits or actions that you do right now in real life affect how you eventually will live 60 years from now. Or think about your normal day-to-day. Sometimes we have a string of events that happen that may or may not put us in or out of harm's way. Let's say somebody cuts you off on the road while driving, causing you to have to stop at a red light. In that brief moment, you are now on a path that could either lead to a life-changing accident or allow you to narrowly avoid it. Humor me here, think about it. If he never cut you off, you may have ended up in that accident, or on the other side, you could have avoided it. Just think about the Final Destination movies. This sensitivity to initial conditions is a defining feature of chaotic systems, whether it's weather patterns, life, ecosystems, or even cinema and video games. Chaos theory is the study of how small changes in a system can create large, unpredictable outcomes. It's often summed up with the phrase, the butterfly effect. This famous metaphor suggests that something as seemingly insignificant as a butterfly flapping its wings might, under the right conditions, set off a chain of events that eventually cause hurricanes on the other side of the world. The 2004 movie The Butterfly Effect popularized this concept, illustrating how seemingly small actions akin to the theoretical butterfly's wing flap summoning a hurricane can ripple throughout time, causing dramatic and often devastating changes to the future. In much the same way, Helldivers 2 takes the principles of chaos theory and turns them into dynamic gameplay, where every decision can impact the outcome of a mission. I think this is one of the core designs of Helldivers 2 that makes it so addicting with a lot of replayability. For me personally, it's one of the things that I love most about the game, because when I'm playing, I never really know what to expect in the next run. It's not like other games where it's mostly scripted. I mean, sure, I have a general idea of what to expect whenever I Helldive, but I mean, especially if you play with randos, you come across players who have different play styles and who will probably act differently. I never know if I'm going to get an absolute John Helldiver who can solo the entire run while the three of us are screwing around or waiting to be revived, or if I'll be linked up with players who will drop a barrage of artillery on me. In Helldivers 2, chaos isn't just a possibility, it's a certainty. The game's mechanics are built to ensure that small decisions matter, creating tension in every moment of gameplay. Take, for example, friendly fire. Unlike most cooperative games, Helldivers 2 doesn't turn off team damage. Every bullet, grenade, and airstrike, even your own rover or sentry, has the potential to harm you and your teammates. A single misplaced shot can knock down a squadmate, forcing the team to adapt while enemies close in, descending upon you. The decision to fire or not fire carries heavy weight in every situation. Supply drops are another perfect example. Calling in supplies is routine in the game, but even this action can spiral into chaos. Should you misplace a supply pod, it could crush a teammate, turning a helpful resource into another problem. Using a supply drop when not needed can mean that when the squad really does need it, it's unavailable, it's on a cooldown. It could spell disaster. Same thing if a player takes 3 ammo packs when there are 4 Helldivers in need of supplies. In the heat of battle, these minor mistakes can snowball into mission-defining moments. Even reload timing can make or break a mission. If you reload too early, you waste precious ammo. This isn't Call of Duty. Reload too late, and you might miss the opportunity to save a squad mate from being overwhelmed. Forget to reload at all, and you find yourself firing blanks when the enemy is about to eat your face. But again, these mechanics make Helldivers 2 feel alive, where every decision has gravity and can reshape the mission. The extraction phase of a mission is where chaos truly shines. It's a perfect storm of all the game's systems colliding. Enemy swarms, dwindling resources, overlapping player actions, and environmental hazards. I mean, they have sandstorms now. A misstep during extraction can ripple outwards, transforming a moment of brief relief into utter panic. In this phase, the interconnected nature of chaos theory becomes more apparent. The small sparks of decisions growing into an uncontrollable wildfire, creating big consequences, forcing players to adapt in real time. But that is exactly the point. The brilliance and beautiful chaos of this theory is how it makes every run in Helldivers 2 feel unique. No two missions are the same because the outcomes are entirely unscripted. Each moment of gameplay is reshaped by decisions you and your teammates make. The behavior of the enemies are another thing, the dynamics of the environment. This unpredictability ensures that every mission feels fresh and exciting, even after scores of hours of gameplay. You might start a mission with a plan, but just like Mike Tyson said, everybody's got a plan until they're punched in the face. And in that moment, you're forced to adapt, to think and be light on your feet, creating a sense of tension and engagement that few games can even replicate. I mean, sweet liberty. You can drop into an area where there are no enemies around you, or you can hell dive right into the thick of it The sheer uncertainty of what can happen, whether it's a supply drop crushing a team member or a perfectly timed grenade saving the day, leads to moments of hilarity, surprise, and triumph. These unscripted events are what makes Helldivers 2 so fun and memorable, turning even failed missions into stories that you are going to share with your friends. You see, success isn't about perfection, it's about how you handle the pressure, how you handle the unexpected, how well you can adapt and overcome at the drop of a dime, how flexible you can be at a moment's notice. Adaptation breeds success, which is survival, and in this game, the unexpected is where the magic happens. The chaos in Helldivers 2 doesn't just make the game harder, it makes it unforgettable, and it's such a big reason as to why this game stands out above other co-op shooters in this space. When chaos theory strikes, it creates stories. You're going to remember the time that you narrowly extracted with barely a second left, or the time that you just happened to land on an exploding factory strider and it frickin' sent you all the way off the map. Or perhaps the time that you and your teammates were staring at an egg, not noticing the Tyrannid, yes, I said Tyrannid, Ave Imperator, was creeping up on you. Again, these moments aren't scripted, they're born out of the game's chaotic systems, interacting in real time, and this is the one thing that truly makes Helldivers 2 such a blast. The shared experience of overcoming chaos creates bonds that are extremely hard to organically replicate in other games. And this chaos mechanic makes success feel that much more earned. In Helldivers 2, every victory feels like a hard-fought battle. That sense of achievement wouldn't exist without the unpredictability and the challenge that chaos brings. If everybody knew every little thing that was going to happen and how to approach it, I don't think that Helldivers 2 would have the same level of replayability and fun that it currently has today. Click this video next if you want to see me helldive into what traitors to liberty would say. Again, I failed to extract. Oh my god. I gotta brush my teeth.
What? Right now?
Right now.
I'll be back.
What did you put in your mouth? What was in your mouth now? Huh?
Democracy.